see you again.
Nice to see you, Christine. Thanks for having me back.
Of course. Well, look, I was having this conversation with you, and I thought you had brought forth a really interesting point and a really, insightful point about what's kind of changing for leadership today, especially down at the sort of ground levels or frontline levels. And so tell me a little bit about, share some of your thoughts on why you have been talking to me about the importance of continuing to equip managers even more so now than ever before.
Oh, in some of our people leader dialogues, what I'm seeing is that decision-making has become decentralized. As everybody has gone to work remotely and work from home, leadership teams are actually having to push down some major decisions to the actual managers. And so what I'm finding is some managers are saying, sure, expense your internet and your Wi-Fi and your ergonomic chair that you all of a sudden had to buy, when the company hasn't made a stance on whether or not they can afford to do all of those things. So I see that this like the authority of power has now shifted right into the manager's hands, and they're in real time working every day with their people. And so they have to make quick decisions. And sometimes they don't know to run these decisions up the flagpole. Like if you think about it, it does make sense. People perhaps weren't equipped to work from home. I've seen people turn their trash cans upside down, and that's their desk because they don't have a desk. Or I've seen some people working on their bed, which, is going to be an ergonomic problem for tomorrow. But I think now is the time to really arm managers to lead their teams, because not only do they have to be human and empathetic during this crazy time, but they actually have to make some tough decisions, and it's very hard to say no. So I think you and the folks at Sounding Board can really build a curriculum and help managers lead, because they need help finding their way. I don't think they've ever had this much decision-making authority before.
Yeah, it's interesting because without that ability to have that same presence in the office and an understanding of what's going on, not only is decision-making and actually more critical decision-making now happening at the front lines, but even the pulse of the organization, it's going to take a lot more time for that to come back up the chain. And so thinking about how managers can be really those nodes that can push decisions out, bring data back, I think, and being able to do that in a way that serves and is aligned with the company values and the company's needs is going to be more critical than ever.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot. Like some people are allowing their folks to expense their meals because, generally in the office they had a bunch of meals and they had a bunch of snacks. And so now people are saying, hey, can I expense this? And so these are like the small things that create your culture. And so you're right to say, these are little nodes, and the decision making power has to be kind of quick and aligned to the values of the company. So yeah, I think your team is well equipped and also can be really helpful to some of these managers who've probably never received any type of management training before.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're certainly thinking about how, through our model at Sounding Board, we can really start to coach some of these skills and help managers build those skills, given just the additional responsibility and scope that they're carrying now. So
yeah, and I will say one more thing, which is sometimes these newish managers actually don't want to admit that they don't quite have the skills or they don't know. And so that's been really interesting for me to see some of that, where they feel they have to posture and like be in command when they've never had this situation before. So I think there's something to your idea around coaching in groups, because then they can feel some psychological safety to say, yeah, I admit it, I don't know what I'm doing, I botched this, or I made this decision that I'm regretting. And that way they can kind of talk out loud to people that might be in the same predicament.
That's right. Awesome. Well, Mai, thanks again for sharing your thoughts and for always being a champion of development and thinking about how to really arm your leaders. And so look forward to having another conversation with you soon.
And thank you. And to the folks at Sounding Board, thank you for helping us all through this, because it does take a village, and I'm happy to be part of your tribe.
Oh, thanks. Take care.
Bye.